Hello and a very warm welcome to Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology, research and innovation in and around the country. I am Rajat Kane. From a safe and cost-effective alternative to conventional lithium-ion batteries to career opportunities in the field of forensic science, we have plenty in store for you, but first up, the headlines. Indian researchers find a possible link between cloudburst and forest fires. The studies can improve the understanding of extreme weather events in central Himalayan region as well as their prediction. Oxygen Enrichment Unit of CSIR-CMERI receives appreciation from Indian Chess Society. The indigenous and innovative solution described as Made in India, Made for India technology. IIT Hyderabad develops a dual carbon battery with high energy density. The cost-effective and lightweight battery could be a safe alternative to conventional lithium-ion batteries. And finally, career in the field of forensic science. The multidisciplinary field has an abundance of opportunities for focused and inquisitive minds. And now the news in detail. According to observations of recent studies conducted by researchers of Hemwati Nandan Bahuguna, Garhwal University and IIT Kanpur, there may be a connection between forest fires and incidents of cloudburst. The study was conducted to measure the activation of cloud condensation nuclei to understand its impact on local weather phenomenon in central Himalayan region. The study can improve the understanding of extreme weather events, besides being helpful in source allocation of pollutants reaching the high altitude regions of Garhwal Himalaya. Here is a Science Monitor report.
Cloudburst is an extreme weather phenomenon occurring in the Himalayan region. Cloudbursts in the Uttarakhand region of India have often caused loss of life and property. Forest fires pose a similar problem in these high-altitude areas. Indian researchers have now found a link between incidents of forest fires and cloudburst after conducting a research in this area. Scientists from the Hemwati Nandan Bahuguna Garhwal University in Srinagar, Uttarakhand and the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur studied the amount of cloud condensation nuclei in this region from August 1st, 2018 to June 30th, 2019 and found that the quantity of such particles were found to have peaks associated with forest fire events.
In this project, one CCN counter, cloud condensation nuclei counter, was set up in this cloud observatory in collaboration with that co-PI from Central University Himalayas. This counter can very accurately measure cloud condensation nuclei. Cloud condensation nuclei are aerosol particles at which cloud droplets can form. You would not see any clouds in the sky if there were no dust or aerosol particles. So in Central Himalayas, these are first of its kind measurement. Picking up the fire data over Himalayas, we could see that there is a very strong correlation between fire counts and CCN number concentration.
In this study, conducted under the Climate Change Program funded by the Department of Science and Technology, the researchers measured the activation of cloud condensation nuclei and studied its impact on high-altitude cloud formation. They also studied the complexity of local weather phenomenon under the influence of different weather conditions in the ecologically sensitive regions of Central Himalayas for the first time. These droplets were measured using the Droplet Measurement Technology CCN counter at the Himalayan Cloud Observatory on the Hemwati Nandan Bahuguna Garhwal University campus. Cloud condensation nuclei are fine particles such as dust, ash or salt, which can activate and grow into fog or cloud droplets in the presence of supersaturation. Therefore, the increase in the amount of these particles due to forest fires can be the reason for the increase in the incidence of cloudburst in these areas. Transportation pollution and residential emissions have also been found to be the factors in increasing these particles.
Himalayan ecosystem is very fragile, particularly when the climate change is happening. It could have a variety of adverse impacts on Himalayan ecosystem. We are seeing several phenomena already. We have seen every year there are cloud bursts that happen sometime. Late last year we saw a big lake burst in Himalayas. So given these kind of extreme events, it's quite important to measure these important atmospheric parameters which can tell you how clouds form, how can you implement that in models to predict cloud formation, rain in the Himalayas in a much better way.
This study has been published in the research journal Atmospheric Environment. This study by Indian researchers will be helpful in accurately estimating the source of pollutants reaching the high altitude regions of the Himalayas and create a better understanding of extreme weather events like cloudbursts. Based on this, appropriate disaster management strategy can be prepared.
The coronavirus pandemic saw the laboratories of CSIR come up with several effective solutions to fight the disease. One such solution is Oxygen Enrichment Unit developed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, Durgapur, which goes beyond the functionality of an oxygen concentrator. The Indian Chess Society has not only appreciated the innovation but also described it as Made in India, Made for India technology. Here is a report.
The coronavirus pandemic brought the chain of need, research, production and use in sync. All the science and research institutes of the country were directly connected to the need of the hour and provided quick solutions to several unique problems. Durgapur-based Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research has been at the forefront of the war against coronavirus and has been constantly working to find solutions. Its work includes the development of many useful technologies, right from sanitization systems to oxygen enrichment units. In view of the increased need for oxygen during the second wave of the COVID pandemic, CMERI's oxygen enrichment technology proved to be a stellar solution. At a webinar organized by the Indian Chess Society recently on the topic, The Element of Hope in the COVID Era, Oxygen, the country's leading pulmonologists described CMERI's technology as made in India and made for India.
When we studied, we found an oxygen concentrator providing oxygen level more than 90% for the first few hours. After that, the performance deteriorated. Another thing, but we found that oxygen concentrator, even though they are 5 LPM or 10 LPM, if you take oxygen more than or flow rate more than that, they don't function. And we developed the product which can provide 90% plus oxygen at a 5 LPM, 10 LPM or 15 LPM. Now, what are the comparison? We can say 5 LPM oxygen concentrator which works continuously, that is 24/7, can replace jumbo cylinder even in one day.
The indigenously developed Oxygen Enrichment Unit works on the principle of pressure swing adsorption and utilizes zeolite columns to selectively remove nitrogen from air under certain pressure, thereby increasing the oxygen concentration. The Oxygen Enrichment Unit has an outflow at 93% oxygen concentration level and is capable of delivering up to 30 LPM oxygen enriched air. An advanced oxygen enrichment unit is also being worked out for rural hospitals with independent flow rate and fraction of inspired oxygen controls. These devices can also trap and reuse the oxygen lost during high-flow oxygen therapy, which will significantly reduce the oxygen load.
So this is important contribution of CSIR-CMERI. If you have heard the name of oxygen or high flow nasal cannula therapy, which requires enormous oxygen in a hospital, there our 15 LPM oxygen enrichment unit can be attached to every bed. It can save oxygen requirement up to 66%. Moreover, whatever the developed technology, which is indigenously developed technology, it can really be manufactured or can be manufactured by MSME. So it reduces import.
These devices are designed in such a way that they can be manufactured by small and medium-scale industries. The technology has already been transferred to several industries. Now, CMERI is working on an advanced oxygen mask technology that will provide protection against viral load transmission. The Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute of CSIR has been continuously working on developing public utility solutions, and its expertise has come in handy during the COVID pandemic.
Well, now it's time for a short break. Stay with us. We'll be back with more reports.
The prolific British poet and story writer Joseph Rudyard Kipling, one of the first masters of short stories in English. In 1894 appeared his Jungle Book, which became a children's classic all over the world. Kim, the story of Kimball O'Hara and his adventures in the Himalayas, is perhaps his most felicitous work published. Set in and concerned with India he had come to know and love so well. In 1907, Kipling became the first English language writer to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature.
Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. Scientists from Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad have developed a safe and cost-effective alternative for the conventional lithium-ion batteries. Without using any transition metals, the researchers have developed a novel dual carbon battery which has low weight and high energy density. This innovation could provide an affordable energy system for many applications, from medical devices to electric vehicles. More details in this report.
Battery-powered devices, electricity backup, storage for solar energy, and now electric vehicles have increased the utility of high-capacity batteries. Currently, lithium-ion batteries are used for all this. But the use of heavy metals like cobalt, nickel and manganese in lithium-ion batteries not only damages the environment but also increases the cost of the battery. To overcome this problem, the Electrochemical Energy Storage Lab at the Indian Institute of Technology, Hyderabad has developed a dual carbon battery technology. In collaboration with the Oak Ridge National Laboratory, USA and DRDO's Naval Materials Research Laboratory, according to the researchers, the technology will enable manufacturers to produce a battery that is as efficient as a lithium-ion battery and can be produced at a very low cost. And due to the absence of heavy metals, it will also be more environment-friendly.
Recently, we have developed 5-volt dual carbon cell where we are replacing both the electrodes of lithium-ion cell with a carbon electrode, giving OCB of 5-volt, operating voltage around 4.65 volts. The energy density of such dual carbon cell is around 100 watt-hour per kilogram and can be further pushed to 150 watt-hour per kilogram with research and development, which is very close to the energy density of currently available lithium-ion cell. The most important advantage of dual carbon cell is that it doesn't use any metallic current collector. So these dual carbon cells could be 25% cheaper and lighter in relation to the lithium-ion cell.
The dual carbon technology uses self-standing carbon fiber mats as both electrodes, cathode and anode. At the laboratory level, the energy density of this battery is 100 watt-hour per kilogram approximately, which can be extended up to 150 watt-hour per kilogram with further modifications. This is equal to the efficiency of existing lithium-ion batteries. Energy density refers to the energy storage of a battery in proportion to its weight. Researchers are working towards increasing this density further.
So in conventional lithium-ion batteries, costly and scarce metals like nickel, cobalt and manganese are used. But in our product, we have substituted all the products with low-cost and safe carbon.
Our device is expected to cut down the cost of conventional lithium-ion batteries by an amount of 25%, and it is expected to found utility in various high voltage applications like electric vehicles and also in medical appliances.
Due to the easy availability of carbon, the cost of dual carbon batteries can be reduced by 20 to 25%. So, this dual carbon battery can be a cheaper alternative to the lithium-ion battery. This more sustainable and low-cost battery may find potential users in high-voltage applications, sophisticated battery-run medical devices, regenerative braking systems in electric vehicles, and stationary grids.
Well, if you wish to investigate crimes with help of science, then forensic science is subject for you. By pursuing this multidisciplinary subject, youngsters can work in several fields, including law and order. Today, we bring to you all the information you need to make a future in forensic science.
Whenever a serious crime is reported, a forensic team definitely gets involved. Forensic science is relied upon all over the world to solve serious crimes, civil disputes, unsolved incidents, and even to protect public health. It has aspects of chemistry, biology, physics, geology, psychology, engineering, and even social sciences, as a variety of techniques and methods are employed for the purpose of investigation and to collect the facts. Using these sciences, forensic scientists help to collect and preserve physical, chemical, or digital evidences related to an event. For being a forensic expert, one needs to be methodical, logical, analytical, and detail-oriented.
Power of observation is the first and foremost thing which you must have. Then the power of analysis, analytical skills, how to interpret those observation or those findings in a scientific manner. And then whatever knowledge he possesses, how to interpret those little evidences in the context of the case. So these analytical skills, the observation skills, the analytical skills, as well as the interpretation skills, these are the, you can say, the landmark qualities of a forensic scientist he or she must possess. In addition to the basic, whenever we talk about the science, the honesty and integrity.
After completing 12th standard with science subjects, interested students can pursue a certificate, bachelor programs in forensic science from various universities. Programs in forensic science include BSc in Forensic Science, MSc in Forensic Science, PG Diploma in Forensic Science, PhD in Forensic Science, and MPhil in Forensic Science. The candidates can pursue specialization in different branches of forensic science according to their interest and skills, like forensic biology, forensic serology, forensic pathology, forensic medicine, forensic chemistry, forensic toxicology, forensic entomology, forensic ballistics, digital and cyber forensics. Among the leading institutes offering degrees in forensic science in India are All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, New Delhi; Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Science, Delhi; Institute of Forensic Sciences, Mumbai; Punjabi University, Patiala; Punjab University, Chandigarh; Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar University, Agra; Manipal University, Delhi University; University of Lucknow; and Gujarat Forensic Sciences University, Gandhinagar. Candidates can take admission in these institutes on the basis of institution-specific eligibility criteria. Several private educational institutes are also providing courses in forensic science. On the basis of this specialization, candidates have a slew of options in terms of employment. These include forensic specialist, forensic scientist, investigating officer, legal advisor, handwriting specialist, and many more. One can also get a job as a teacher or a researcher in various government and private institutions.
Every state has to have a mandatory state forensic science lab. Almost every states we are having. Not only one state forensic science lab, now as we are progressing, several states they are having the regional forensic science labs also, or even state forensic science labs also. There are 7 or 8 central forensic science laboratories also. Like in Delhi we have got the CFSL-CBI, Central Forensic Lab dedicated for the CBI, or then other Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Kolkata, Pune, Bhopal. Naturally, there will be requirement of so many trained forensic scientists in due course of time. So that's a huge opportunity for all these, you can say, budding forensic scientists in due course of time.
Forensic experts are housed in India in central and state investigative bureaus, forensic laboratories, security services and other relevant organizations. Apart from this, the help of forensics is also being taken in areas like banking, finance and customs. As the crime rate around the world is increasing, the demand for forensic science experts is also going up. Therefore, the field offers many opportunities for the well-trained individuals.
Well, time for another short break, but don't go anywhere away as we'll be back in a while.
One of the greatest exponents of Carnatic music, MS Subbulakshmi or MS to her fans. An icon even to a younger generation brought up on fusion and rock music. MS is the first musician ever to be awarded the Bharat Ratna, also the first Indian musician to receive the Raymond Magsaysay Award. As India's cultural ambassador, she also performed at the UN General Assembly in 1966. Former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru once said of MS, "Who am I, a mere Prime Minister, before a queen of music?"
Welcome back. You're watching Science Monitor. And now let's have a quick look at some other important developments that have made news in the field of science and technology in our segment Science Express.
The Science and Engineering Research Board of the Department of Science and Technology has partnered with Intel India to promote intensive technology-based research in India. The first of its kind research initiative called Fund for Industrial Research Engagement has been launched to offer industry-relevant research opportunities in the areas of deep technologies. This initiative will increase research opportunities in the areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, platform systems, circuits and architectures, Internet of Things, materials and devices, security, etc. This initiative is an undertaking to promote research in critical areas of science and engineering with public-private partnership under the draft Science, Technology and Innovation Policy 2021. Through this program, a synergy can be created which will offer solutions to industry-specific problems. The Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO successfully test-fired the new generation nuclear-capable Agni Prime missile on June the 28th. It is the most advanced surface-to-surface ballistic missile of the Agni series. The missile was monitored by telemetry and radar stations during this test conducted in Odisha. The missile achieved its target as per the schedule. The Agni Prime ballistic missile has a range of 1,000 to 2,000 kilometers and it is capable of carrying a payload of up to 1,000 kilograms on nuclear warheads. India first test-fired the Agni missile in 1989. Until now, DRDO has developed 5 short and long-range missiles under this series. Researchers at the Northwestern and George Washington University in the US have developed a fully soluble temporary pacemaker. It is a wireless, lightweight and flexible device without a battery. A pacemaker is a device that controls and regulates the heartbeat. This tiny pacemaker can be used after heart surgery for patients waiting for a permanent pacemaker implant or for patients in need of a temporary pacemaker. All the ingredients of this pacemaker are biocompatible. Therefore, it dissolves in the body on its own in 5 to 7 weeks. This ensures that there would be no need for further surgery to remove it. This pacemaker self-generates energy from external sources using near-field communication protocols. The study has recently been published in the journal Nature Biotechnology. According to a recent study, scientists have observed the gravitational waves generated by the collision of a black hole and a neutron star. The signals from the first ever observed hybrid collision that happened hundreds of millions of light years ago have been detected in the US and Europe. The study has been published in journal The Astrophysical Journal Letters. The study was also assisted by Dr. Shashwat Kapadia, a scientist at the International Centre for Theoretical Sciences, Bangalore, which continues to collaborate on research under the LIGO India Scientific Collaboration. In January 2020, two separate hybrid collisions called GW200105 and GW200115 were first recorded by the LIGO Gravitational Wave Detector in USA and the Virgo Gravitational Wave Detector in Italy. The waves produced by these events have reached the Earth after about 9 million years. This is the first time that neutron stars have been confirmed to merge into black holes.
Well, that's it in today's edition of Science Monitor. You can send us a feedback and suggestions through email. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write to us at Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodi Road, New Delhi 3. So we'll take your leave now. See you again next week. Till then, stay safe and think scientifically. Goodbye.